This podcast venue partner is Courtyard by Marriott, and I would like to thank you for them for giving us this wonderful venue for this podcast session. So, if you are looking something change in your food in a day-to-day basis, or maybe a special day, so every Sunday, Courtyard Marriott, Outer Ring Road, Bangalore arranges a brunch, and I'll be leaving the address and the contact detail below. So you may check out more on the brunch detail, timings, and other stuff. But this is just a flow which I could show you how the brunch is. It's really wonderful. It starts around by 11 or by 12 and goes up till 3. But for any details, you please contact the number given below.
Welcome back, guys, on my channel, and we have a very special guest today on our podcast show and episode 2. We have Sushmita here. Thank you very much, Sushmita, for joining us and giving this opportunity that I can speak to you about your riding experience and about your way. How did you join the riding club in this era where females are still, thinking about riding? And she started her riding journey from 2007 and felt that this is somewhere can lead me or something like that. But I would like you to tell more about you. How did you start this passion of riding into you, building into you, and then where it is currently right now?
First of all, I'd like to thank you, Bimal, because usually they prefer only guys to talk about this riding and all those things. But thank you for welcoming me today. And I'd like to say I started my riding journey when I was in 7th grade. That's when I learned riding a motorbike, because that time we didn't have a moped at my home, so there was only gear bike which my dad had. So that was TVS Victor GX, which I learned. So he was actually teaching my sister how to ride. So I just saw how to put the gear and all that. So I used to just balance. There was a down at my place. We used to live in a quarters. So there was a down. So I used to just sit on the bike and I used to just balance, learn how to balance. Then later, once my dad taught her how to put the gear, I just saw that and I just practiced. I just gave it a try. I learned it on my own basically. So that's how my riding journey started. So it initially became there were very less girls who was into biking and all that. Not in terms of gear bike. So that time I used to feel so very happy when people see me, look at me in a different way. They used to with a very big surprise on their face. So it used to make me so happy. So that's how my interest in biking started. So that's how it started, and then I used to even take the bike to my tuitions as well, in 9th and 10th standard. Since I didn't have a moped that time, I used to take the dad's bike only. We had Splendor that time, so I used to just take it off and park it somewhere else so that my sir doesn't see, because I didn't have a license that time. So that's how it started. I became good in riding a motorbike. So later, in terms of going on rides, so my first actual long distance ride was to my college. So my college was around 70 to 80 kilometers from Bangalore. So the first time I rode on a highway was to my college. So that's when I understood that this gives me so much happiness, like riding a bike. So so it turned out to become my passion later on.
That's wonderful to hear that you go. Your college was 70 kilometers, and that became your long ride on day-to-day basis kind of a thing.
Yeah, not exactly day to day. I used to, actually go in college bus, but
Yeah.
some of the times I used to take off my friend's
The
bike.
cheat day.
Yeah. So I used to take maybe some weekends, like when I have just 1 or 2 days to just go and come back. So I used to just take my friend's bike. I used to, just learn how to ride on a highway. So basically that was the idea. Then later, a group ride which I went was in the year 2012 or 2013, somewhere in that range. I don't remember. So that time we went on a Christmas ride to near Nandi Hill somewhere. So that's when we rode with like my school friends, everyone. We went there. So I rode a Pulsar that time. I mean, my friend's bike itself. So we rode there. So that was my first group ride basically. So even that was very fun. So from then on, I started liking going on group rides. So I've been doing like almost it's been around 10 to 15 rides probably in group rides.
In group ride. And solo, you tend to.
Solo, yes, I've done one solo as of now. So it was up and down around 300 kilometers. So this is recently only, like this year itself. So I wanted to try how the solo ride feels. So it was very nice. It was a very good experience. I took a Pulsar NS200. I went to my friend's place at Mysore. So, and then I came back. So that was a very good ride. I mean, I felt really nice.
So we'll park her solo ride which she went in the later of this video. But first thing I want to know is how did you felt when you go in the road, okay, and people see you, okay, and a female rider riding a gear bike. How many questions have you got? Maybe if you have, or how did family reacted to it? So major questions would be from family, from relatives, commonly. How did you felt that one?
I'd say I'm very lucky in terms of family because they always supported me. My dad, though, he always supported me doing different things. So since that support was there, I could just go and do things. So I always had support from my family. So that was a very great thing because many people they even don't give the moped to girls. So that happens in many families. They are very scared to let go of girls riding because they don't know how to ride and all those things. But my dad, he always trusted me and he just let me do what I want. So that was a very good thing. And in terms of people looking at me on the road, so like I started told you, people used to just look at me with so much surprise. So when when I'm riding, I just look around here and there, and they'll be like, "How?" And they even if someone's standing next to them, they just tap them and see, "Oh, see, there's a girl riding." So that gives me a very very nice feeling. It feels like wow, I'm doing something nice.
Even in a biker community, I feel that we want to encourage more girls to come on board and ride because it gives a liberty, I feel, to entire community that they are growing up. How did you felt when you were riding and group ride? You have done a lot of group ride as per your riding this one. How did you felt that the skills of group riding or the skills of solo riding? That's again a different way of approaching ride. So how do you feel when you ride in a group? How secure do you feel?
So in terms of group ride, there will be always someone like who's very much experienced. So they take care like that we don't go too fast. And there are certain rules which we have to follow obviously because since we are in a group ride, we should not we should take care of our own safety plus the others' safety. So there will obviously not be going too fast. So we tend to understand like what are the signals which they are giving, and we also pass it on to the next ones. So that is a different kind of feeling, like that in terms of that it is like very safe, I feel. And in terms of solo ride, since I've done only one, I felt I have the liberty to do liberty to go however I want. So I can be fast or I can be slow, like however I want, and also I can stop wherever I want, whenever I want. So yeah, I feel both has its own ways of good things, I feel.
So wanted to tell you one more thing. Her Instagram ID is that moto
That
Curly.
curly.
that Curly Moto Yogi,
Yogi,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So how did that name come? Now I know it's a very unusual name. People do not put those kind of names. But how did it come? Like Moto with Yogi. So how did you crack that out?
So the first name which I started this thing was That Curly Biker. So it started off with that because I used to do biking that time, and I have a curly hair, and people like curly hair, so I just used that name. And then later, I recently changed after I started doing yoga. I decided this happened actually in lockdown. Actually, I never did yoga. I mean, in my whole life, I tried once, but I didn't feel that much. I didn't want to do it that time basically. Then later, I think in the month of May, my previous office, I used to work in a company, so they had arranged a yoga trainer. It was an online class. So I started doing yoga that time in the month of May this year. So that's how my yoga journey started. So later on, I continued. I started seeing results for myself. I became more flexible. So it gave me, so much interest. I wanted to pursue it. So later on, what happened was I got so much interested. I even did a course. It was a 2 months level 2 course. It was yoga teacher training. So I became a yoga coach now. So I've done my certification. So that's how the name I changed it. Since I'm into motorcycles and I'm into yoga, so that's how the name came.
It's a very deadly combination. Okay, on yoga day you will be celebrating yoga day, and on World Motorcycle Day you will be celebrating World Motorcycle
So
Day.
I should add one more point here. So this idea came to me because there was a contest from Big Biking Community. So for Yoga Day, they had told us to post a picture with a motorcycle and any yoga pose. So that's how I got that idea. Why don't I mix and match both? So it was they had told us to use a hashtag called I am Moto Yogi. So that's how I got that idea, since I already had that curly. So I just add this, and I made that my own name.
So I'll be putting the Instagram ID over here. You can go check all the videos and the photos which she posts. Really wonderful. They are really awesome. Okay, and her trips are really wonderful. Coming back to the thing which we have parked, your solo trip. Okay, your first solo trip.
Yeah.
How did it feel? You go solo. You are not in a group. There's no one to help you, kind of a thing, because you've been in that group circle and everything. How did that been, and how did it went through your parents' point of view also, if you can?
Those of parents have not told them I went on a solo ride because they wouldn't allow me that time. So it was like I just wanted to go to Mysore because I was missing one of my best friends. So it became like that. So I thought, why not just ride there instead of going on a bus or a car? I thought, let me do my first solo ride. So that's how it started. I wanted to go and meet him, so I left in the morning. I don't know, I just felt like let me go, and I borrowed someone's bike and I went. So it felt very nice. Like I didn't have too many stops also, because if it is a group ride, people will have to stop here and there. Some take pictures, some they'll have some problems, so we'll have to stop. So I had a liberty to go how much ever fast I want. So I in fact touched around 135 on that bike. I got one straight stretch road, so I did 135. So I actually like speed. So I wanted to see how much fast I can go. So I tried 135, and I even completed around 83 kilometers in 1 hour 30 to 40 minutes, I guess. So that was the first record which I made, and also I finished around 6 kilometers in 4 minutes. So I was just checking out how my performance is when I'm riding.
When you're on a solo.
Yeah, because we can't do that when we're on a group ride. So solo ride has that liberty, is what I feel.
Wonderful. So I think this lockdown, this pandemic and this part of lockdown had given you more opportunities. You feel like that, or the doors have opened for multiple things, or you could have done much better if the year was continued without this pandemic hitting us.
I'd say pandemic, this lockdown has become a game changer for my life.
Okay.
Why? Because we had so much time for ourselves. We tried and understood ourselves. So many people felt it was a worst year for them, but I'd say it was the best year for me. Why? Because I got into yoga because of the lockdown, or else I would have not got into it. It would have become a normal, regular life. Just go about it. It would be the same year for anyone. So now, since we had so much time, I could give my time to myself. So to be, in fact, to be honest, I had too many anxiety issues during my work time. I used to have so much stress. So the main reason I started liking yoga so much was because it gave me so much peacefulness, and it helped me reduce those anxiety. I'd say it is almost gone now. So I don't have any panic attacks right now. So that is the one reason why I stuck into yoga. So it gave me a chance to improve myself, and it made me stronger, I feel. So I'd say it was a very good game changer for me.
That's wonderful actually to see a person saying that this lockdown has been a really game changer for them. But it's true, guys. If you have something story like this, do comment down. If something has changed your life in this point of lockdown or in this work from home scenario, if anything has changed. So coming back to your passion of riding, what do you feel? How the community is growing in terms of female riders joining in? I know there are many female riders who do interstate travel and all those things. They are very big names also.
Yeah.
So how do you feel that how this era or this century is taking the female riders? Is it serious or is it just a casual thing? Okay, if you're coming, you come. If you're not coming, you don't come.
No, it's definitely not that. People encourage when girls ride. I see so many guys, they say thumbs up when we are riding. So they give us support. So that feels very nice. And even when we are riding on a group, if there are other guys also, they help us. They feel proud that a girl is riding. So it is definitely, changing. It is not like before. Like there's no partiality right now. It is growing. And in terms of cities, so there are a lot of women riders now. So we can see a lot of people riding motorbikes. The gear bikes in the city. So there's only thing is in terms of when we are going through a village or something, they get shocked now. But in terms of city, they'll be like, okay, it's casual. It's become like normal, even if it is a girl or a boy. So it's become casual and it is growing.
So what do you feel? A female rider riding and a compliment which you get best when you are riding, or anyone comes and give you some gyan or anything like that?
I have not got any such incident as of now. I've always got support from, anyone who has seen me, they've always supported. But there are guys, sometimes when you are riding, if they see a girl riding a motorbike, they try to, overtake us, they try to show off and all. So the only thing is what we can do is we just ignore them. If we try to, race with them, they'll go even extreme, you never know.
No, that's common with us also.
But with us, it is even more. So that happens. But the only thing is, we being girls, we should not just increase them.
If anyone is riding Duke, Yamaha person,
so that actually it happened today also. So I was just riding since it became late. I was riding fast. So there was a car guy who was like trying to overtake me. So I just came fast because I had to. I didn't even give a damn about that car. I was just riding. And then later he just came, he came fast. He honked and said, "Super, you're riding super." So he just said that. I'm like, okay, nice. I do. Whether it's a gear bike or a regular bike, I ride. I ride very nice. I felt, I'm very good. That's what I felt.
So it's a riding gear or a scooter are two different perspective about it. But the current scenario which you have, the tagline, is a really deadly combination. So you really want, what do you see? How do you continue this passion of motorcycle and yoga? I know yoga, it's a really good thing. It has changed many people's life up front. And I see motorcycle also, many people told this was like a stress buster for me. When we do such a long rides, open highway, we see. But how do you feel that both in terms of the stress busting level, what do you feel which is more?
I would say, I'd say like 2-3 years back, if I had gone on a ride, I have been on rides. So what used to happen was I used to get so much body pain. I could not sit. It would pain my whole hands. Everything used to pain. So what I used to do, the person who was a pillion, I used to give it to him. I used to sit back because it used to be so much painful for me that time. So later, once I started yoga, I went on a ride with my friend Karthik. So that time, though I rode the whole way myself because we had two bikes, so we went on separate bikes. So I rode the whole way. So it didn't give me any pain because I had started yoga that time. So it was so, in terms of mental and in terms of physical, I had improved so much. I didn't feel any pain. Though I came back, I was not so much tired like before. So I feel, people who are riding, if they can, incorporate a little bit of yoga in their life, it can be a, lifesaver for them.
So-
Because since they are riding for so long, they need that, stretches and all that so that their body also relaxes. So I feel yoga and motorcycle, it's the deadly combination as you told.
That's really wonderful, because I think yes, we need to have some kind of stretching and everything to our body once we go for a long ride or anything. How do you want to describe for young girls who are coming in this field? Because as you know, India is filled with young people. They are all young butterflies who are coming out, I would say.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you say for them? What suggestions would you like to give? As per your experience, because you have started riding from 2007 or grade 7.
Seventh grade, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
seventh
in
grade.
seventh.
So, how would it feel? See, even we started as a guy, we will have first hand on bike only.
Yeah.
Because we have that privilege given by family members or whatever. We have bike in house and everything. But the girls who are still coming up and everything, what do you give the suggestions? How the mistakes what we do? So we make a lot of mistakes while riding. What is your point to help them out?
So one thing I'd like to say is, in terms of when you're riding a gear bike, if guys are trying to, overtake you and all that, just ignore them. So that is one mistake we should not do. So if we encourage them, it can lead to something very bad. You never know. So I'd say just ignore them if people are doing such things. And in terms of family, I'd like to say if parents are watching, do support your girls. Let them try out different things. So let them also learn. So I feel it gives so much confidence when we are riding gear bike than a moped. So there is a lot of people. I see so many trolls that girls can't ride bikes. So there are so many videos also where even though they are riding a moped, they ride like very very bad, because there are certain things, because from before it has come to our mind that girls can't ride, though it can be a gear bike or a moped. So it has come into our mind, like to girls' mind, that we can't ride properly. So let us change that, is what I feel. So it all depends on you, how confident you are. I mean, if any girl, up to that matter, like it can be a small kid or a big kid. So I can say there are a lot of people. Even there's a girl called Alina Mansoor. So she is into dirt track racing. So she's just around 7 or 8 years, I guess. So she's the youngest rider right now. So she is a very good inspiration for such girls. So I'd say
Wonderful. So I think troll, even we have seen many trolls that people tell in girls' mind or in particularly women's mind, there's a lot of thing going on and they cannot focus on road kind of a thing. How do you feel when you ride? How focused are you, or this multiple things going around in your mind?
I'd say
When you're going on a long ride, I don't take about day to day, because in day to day life, even if I ride, I'll be having too many things going around in my mind also. But if you're going for a long ride or solo ride, does your mind have so many
thoughts here.
thoughts?
Okay. So I would
interconnected?
say, girls have better multitasking capabilities than guys. So I feel, when I'm on the road, I feel so empowered, so confident. I won't have, even though I have so many thoughts, like even if it comes, it just goes away, like when I'm meditating. Usually in meditation, what they say is, even if you get so many thoughts, you just accept those thoughts and just let go. So that happens when I'm riding. Basically, it's more like a meditation for me. Yeah, so that happens to me, and in terms of if I want to say for other girls, even if it comes, you have to be confident about yourself first. You should not listen to others what they are telling or what they are trying to prove you. So you yourself know better. So if you are confident enough, and though obviously it takes some practice to get to that level. So for me, I had that liberty since I used to go in school itself. I used to ride bike, so it became so it was more like in a blood to me that riding was in my blood. So it was so easy to me. So that cannot happen for everyone. It all depends on their interest and it depends on their practice. So you just have to be confident that you can do it. That's all.
So the another level which I wanted to check with you is once you started riding, okay, and how did you felt about the safety gears? Like when did you started purchasing or analyzing the safety gears into your riding, accepting that into your riding? Because seventh grade is very teenage type, and I'm sure even I would not be knowing a helmet or a jacket at that point of time.
Yeah.
But how did you started analyzing, and how did you took the suggestions out of it to procure any jacket or any helmet kind of a thing?
So I'd say I actually purchased a gear last year, 2 years back. So before that, I didn't have that financial stability to purchase so much costly gears and all those things. So, but I knew it was very important because since if we are going on a long rides, it is very much important, the helmet, the riding jacket, and even the knee guards. So if you fall, obviously you'll get hurt. So that is the very important thing since when you're going on a long, anything can happen. People, even though you are riding safe, the other people might not be, riding properly. It might be a car, it might be a lorry or any other bike. So you have to be on your own safer side. So I'd say having proper gear is very, very important when you're riding. I feel that's really very important.
So we had a really good session, starting from your motorcycle passion to landing now to yoga, and then where are you heading further with all this mix and all this combination? Are you looking forward to do more solo rides, or you want to join again group rides? Because you have experienced one solo ride, correct? So how do you feel? You want to go more solo rides and discover more places, or you want to stick to solo rides? And
I would say it will be a combination of both. So I am a part of a group called CRF Women on Wheels. So I'm the secretary for the Karnataka wing. So it was established from Kerala. So they have different states like Goa, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. So Karnataka started in the time of lockdown. So from June I've been part of that group. So it has been an amazing journey. I've done 2 rides with them, like 2 rides. So the recent one was for the Wayanad. So that was an amazing trip. And the before one was a ride to Bannur. So it is really amazing. So in our group, we have a lot of people who are interested to learn gear bikes, but they don't have that opportunity to learn and all those things. So since if they are joining our group, so we also want to conduct workshops for people who want to learn gear bikes. So we want to encourage more and more girls to join our group so that they can also get into this riding journey. So it has been, for me, I feel it is going to be both. I will explore both solo rides and group rides.
so tell me about the group which you are right now part of, and how young girls who have started riding can join. Basically, I know many people would have been questioned. I think family members especially will have questions: which group you are going, what kind of group it will be, and all those things. So share us to the audience more detail that how a young female rider can join that group and be part of that group.
It is very simple. One thing is, though, if they don't have a gear license, we do accept them. So we also help, once they learn, then it will be easy for them to, procure a license. So what we do is we just share them Google Drive, Google link forms where they can just fill out their details. So they'll have to put their license number also. If they don't have, it's okay. But once they get the license, only then they'll be
approved to become a official member. So we have two different groups. One is the official members group and one is the regular group, where all the people who even don't know how to write, they'll be in that group. So people who already have a license, they are they are approved to become a official member. So for that we'll have a certain membership fee, where they'll be getting their ID cards, they'll be getting their own badges, their own t-shirts. So they have, they have different we'll also give them discounts if they are an official member. They'll be getting discounts if we tie up with some maybe a helmet company or anything in terms of motorcycle accessories. So if we are tying up with them, they'll have the liberty to get certain discounts. So that is one thing which I feel very good, so that people who don't know what kind of things to buy and where to go, so since we are in a group, we can help each other out. So by seeing other people how they are riding and their stories, people get inspired. The other girls who want to get into this, they get inspired, and they also try to follow us, and they also want to get into those things, is what I feel. That's really very nice in terms of a group.
So coming back to your trip which you have done, Wayanad, how was the experience when you ride to places like which are hilly, which are more like you have curves, road and everything, and you would have encountered some of the off-roading bits also. How do you feel? How do you feel when you have ridden in there?
So this was my first, Ghat section which I did. So it was pretty amazing. So actually the thing was, we took one car and one bike. So when we went, so I got a chance to ride solo in those Ghat sections. It was amazing, and we also went through that Nagarhode road where we have to go very slow, and I got a chance to see some deers. And it was very nice experience, though at certain places I could not there were humps where, because I was looking around here and there, suddenly when humps came I could not manage, but still I didn't fall, thankfully. But it was an amazing experience which I had. Then coming to the Ghat section curves, it was so amazing because it was my first time. Though I was not a pro rider, but I rode pretty well. For a person who rode for the first time, I rode very nice, and it felt so amazing riding through those curves. And in terms of off-roading, I got a chance to do some off-roading. So the place which we were staying, it was called as Wild Vibes in Wayanad. So there the roads are like pretty, just the mud roads, and there was some elevations. So this was the first time which I did off-roading, like exactly off-roading. I have done previously 2 or 3 times, but it was not like so much completely off-road. So this was a very amazing experience. So that gave me an confirmation that I want to get into off-roading. I love that experience so much. So I want to explore more trails. I want to learn doing off-road. Even though racing, if I want to get into that, I'll pretty much get into the dirt biking than the regular circuits. So I rode this Xpulse 200. So it was like very smooth, so easy to handle, and it felt so amazing. It gave me a push that I want to get this bike next year.
Next year.
Yes.
Congratulations in advance to get that bike next year. I know that you have been part of TVS Women Racing also. So how was that experience?
Yeah, so I had a chance, in the month of February before all this lockdown started. Luckily, I got a chance to, even try out this TVS Women's Racing Selections. So there, what they did was, for one day, they just, give us the bikes, they give us lunch, and, they train us, like, how to do. So there will be particularly 3 lessons, like, first will be theory, and then we go and do the practical. So first was like, how we just went, and, to be honest, first round, I used to not even bend the bike. I was so scared because it was my first time. And second round, a little bit bent. And the third round, I was like all fully, I was even overtaking the other girls. So it was very amazing for a person who doesn't own a bike, and for a person who doesn't ride, bikes regularly. I rode pretty amazing. For the girl who got selected, the first girl who got selected, and to me there was only 2 to 3 seconds difference. So it was like, very empowering that I rode very amazing for a girl who don't have such experience. Because there were people who had come with so much, training and then they went. But I just went, I just wanted that experience. So
You were all out. You were open.
yeah, I just wanted to learn. I wanted to, feel that, I just wanted to experience in hand like how it will feel, those tracks, those curves. Yeah, so compared to first round to third round, I was full on. I learned so many things. It was very amazing
So
experience.
now you had experience of track race. Now you had, even in your trip to Wayanad, you had experience of off-roading. So how do you feel? I know both have different genre and everything, but how do you feel? Which experience power you and which experience underpower you more? Like, okay, I want to try this one, but guard section and everything, I think that has helped me out. So this is something which you can share. Like, how do you
I'll
feel?
definitely tell that whatever I learned there, I could actually use it on road as well. It was not just for the circuit racing. So it was actually whatever they taught us, how to balance, how to bend, what should be our body positioning, everything they had taught us. So all those things I could actually use it when I am on road, like whatever wherever I'm riding. So, to be honest, before I used to be so scared to even turn. But now, because I had that experience and I learned there, so I could use those things and, I could actually bend very nicely. It was like, so very nice experience going through those curves. It was really nice. And in terms of, like regular track and dirt, I feel, I'm leaning more towards, dirt than, regular tracks. Yeah.
So off-roading is
Yeah,
more
that, it excites me more compared to the
stand and ride. You can enjoy
Yeah.
completely. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. So I love this more than that.
But you like speed in your previous this one.
Yes,
So-
that I do. If I get a straight road, obviously I'll try to go reach more and more compared to my previous speed. Yes, that is so for sure.
So you want to tell the young people who are coming to take part in these kind of activities like the track day and all those things, where many companies I think are organizing, be it TVS, be Honda. So do you feel really that helps you in the road in the current situation riding?
Definitely it will help. So, it is all about the experience first and, their interest. So, in case they want to pursue a career or like, they want to get into racing, so that will definitely help. So, this can be a first step which they can take, TVS is doing an amazing job because they are giving it out for just, very less price. So, if you go, get into some, particularly racing company where they train you and all that, it takes like almost 30,000-40,000 for just 1 week or 2-3 days training. So here TVS is giving it for just 1,000. I don't know future how much they might extend it to, but for just 1 day they train us so many things. They give their all out. They train us so many things. That is like they're doing an amazing job. I would say.
Wonderful. So this experience has helped you out in your biking ride style.
Yes.
Has it changed anywhere? Like you feel that okay, fine. Before I was riding like this, and now there's some changes coming into you.
Yeah, definitely. I say my confidence has, it has increased way better before that, and my turnings, my bending, everything has increased. It has increased very gradually, and it is, I would say, yeah, it has. I have improved a lot after getting.
I would say all the very best.
Thank you.
And you have more members in it, more female riders coming out and exploring this world and the beauty of riding, exploring that one is a wonderful thing. So guys, if you have any other questions or queries, do comment down below. Their Instagram ID will be there. I think I can drop the link also
Yeah,
of the
sure.
group where they can reach you out
Yeah,
and
sure.
connect over there. So it's a wonderful speaking to you. You have been a really inspiration for the young riders who want to be riding in this community. Thank you very much. As usual, thank you for coming to this show, making this podcast again a one more session.
Thank you very much. It was a wonderful experience to tell my experience in my own way. So thank you very much, Bimal.
Thank you. Thank